Hello everybody, today we'll be covering the introduction to HTML and the basics to HTML. So let's get started. So basically, let's go to the introduction here. Well, you can find these set of tutorials at tutorialmode.com. Okay, so what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is primarily a markup language and not a programming language. What does that mean? Well, basically, a markup language is something which presents text to the page. A programming language basically stores variables and is basically what makes applications. So, so another example of a markup language is CSS, cascading style sheets. An example of a programming language would be C++ or Java. But you can cover them later. There's tutorials on this website for that. So if you go to this website, or this page here, you can read about the history about HTML. I'm not going to cover it here as there's no real need. It's the history. You won't need it. All you need really is the theory, or the practical theory behind it. So we'll look at the tags. So here we have h1, this is a header, and /h1. What does that mean? These two here, or that there, is a tag. And HTML is made up of different tags. Tags will sort and style the text different ways inside the website. HTML is made up of a number of different tags, such as link tags, header tags, paragraph tags, and other tags you'll come across in the future. Also image tags and embed tags and so on. So I'll set up a web page here. I've already set up one here. You can easily do this on any desktop. All you need is an internet browser such as Safari, Chrome, or Firefox, and a text editor such as, if you're in Windows, Notepad or WordPad will do. Or you can download Komodo Edit for free. There's a link here on this web page. It's completely free. There's also a premium which is €600. You don't need it, only if you're going to be compiling code, which more than likely you don't need. So you can download it here or on their website. So I'll be using TextMate, which is a handy text editor. So I'll open up here with TextMate. Okay, so this here is the basic structure of a HTML page. So HTML opens up with two HTML tags. Inside the HTML tags, there are another two tags called the body tags. As you can see here, the body tag ends with a /, much like every other tag. Also, HTML has another primary tag called a head tag. This will be the preference or the options for the page. You will put the title of the page here or the meta tags. We will be covering the meta tags later on, as you don't really need them right now and they're more for search engines. So I'll say this is my first web page. Okay. Anyway, let's add the header. So header starts with h1 /h1. So they're the two tags you'll ever need. This is a header. Okay, next is the paragraph tags. So it's p and then /p. So this is a paragraph. Simple. That's that. So move the page out of the way and go right click and open up whatever internet browser you think. So I'm going to open up Chrome here, and this is what the page looks like. So this is a header, this is a paragraph. And also notice the title I had, this is my first web page. So as you can see here, this is my first web page. The title tag, we'll put this up here. The header tag, h1, we'll put this here. And the paragraph tag, we'll put this here. Now I'm going to add another header tag. I'm going to add an h2. h2 is a smaller header, and it's less important. So this is another header. As you can see here, it's much smaller. So next we're going to go on to basics. So here you can see the different header tags. I've put some examples on the web page. So here's h1, h2, h3, and h4. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Next is the link tag. I haven't covered that yet, but I'm going to do it now. So a link tag is basically one of the most important tags for HTML. Link tags basically bring websites together. They also link the web together, and as you can see, they're very, very, very important. They're probably one of the most important tags in HTML. So this is a link. I'm going to put in HTTP. Also, what's important is if you want a link to go to a different website and you're not linking to a web page inside your folder, make sure you add an HTTP //. And this tells the browser that you're looking for a server outside of your server. If you do this, like www.google.com, watch this. So go to this, click on this, As you can see here, it goes file/users, my name /desktop, www.google.com. So it's looking inside my computer for that website or that web page. But if I type in HTTP and then save it and then refresh the page and click on now, it brings me to Google. So remember, that's very, very important. When I was first learning HTML, that kind of got me out a few times and wasn't exactly fun trying to fix it, especially when you have a couple of hundred links in your website. So next is, oh yeah, if you want to link to a new window, for example, if you want to put a new tab inside the browser and you want to keep the original window open, go target equals _blank. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. So go back to Chrome, refresh, this is a link, opens up a new tab, as you can see here. So do that again, new tab. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Next is the HR tag. This is simply a line which goes straight across the page. It's handy if you want to divide text. So I'm going to put one right here, HR. Make sure you put the / in. Even though it is HTML, it's much more strict and it looks much nicer. If you ever have a website designer looking through your work, you want to be impressed or you want to show off what you can do. If somebody doesn't see the /, they probably think you're kind of an amateur and not very professional. So I'll put some example text here. Okay, so go back to this page, refresh, and you see a straight line. This is the HR tag. Next, we'll cover the break tag. So this is text. This is text. So as you can see here, one line. So let's break that text. So what would that look like if I didn't have it BR? It would just be a straight line. Let's add the break in between these two. So BR /, and save it and refresh. And as you can see, it moves to the next line. Pretty straightforward. Here are some examples again. I also want to cover the anchor link. Anchor links are useful if you want to link to different sections of your web page. How could I do this? Yeah, I'll show you on this page here because my example website or web page here is not long enough. So if I go down to the bottom of this, you see this button here, back to the top. As you can see here in this small, actually let's go inspect element, I can show you. So as you can see here, ref equals #top. The hash, actually I'll show you in the example page how to write it, but the hash is basically the link inside the website, or the web page. So if I click it, it brings me back to the top of the website. Okay, so how do we write anchor links? Basically like this, a ref, and then you go #top /a, this is the top, and then it goes to the very top, underneath the body tag. Make sure you don't put any of this sort of tags inside the head or outside the body tag, as it's not very, very good HTML, and it's kind of frowned upon and it's not very, very good. So anyway, a name equals top. So go /a. There's no need really to put text in here, due to the fact that nobody really has to see it. But I'll put text in here just to show you where this is going to appear. This is the name. Yeah. So save that and go back to this and refresh. So you can see here, this is the top. Let's click this. Nothing's going to happen, for the obvious fact that the page is not long enough. But this is the name. Actually, got a plan here. A little BR. Let's put a little BRs in. This will hopefully extend the page. I can show you an example. Okay, so save, refresh. Not long enough, so copy off these. There we go. That should do it. As you can see here. So this is the top. So pretty straightforward. So they're basically the basics to HTML. Most important thing I can probably say to you right now is practice. Practice makes perfect, obviously. Go to tutorialmode.com and go to the basics, and you can learn all this here yourself. You can go on if you want. There's a few more tutorials I'll have to be covering here, such as the head, tables, layouts, lists, forms, and so on. You can also learn about Java. And if you want to learn a little bit more about HTML or other things, there's also user-submitted tutorials here. Like here's beautiful website fonts, as you can see here. And if you want, or you've got a question, you can easily add a comment. Okay, that's that for today. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you.